Hey guys, just thought I would put something together for you to actually be able to create a hand sanitizer, because guess what? You can't maybe get one until the shops restock them. I don't know. I'm sure they will, so you shouldn't worry. But you're out and about and you'd like to have something to clean the little hands because you don't have water there and soap and all that kind of stuff. So better to have something with you for the time being until things come back in stock. Now, not all hand sanitizers are created equal with the same amounts of alcohol. Most of them are alcohol-based, although there are many non-alcohol-based hand sanitizers. I even make one. But for now, I think alcohol is a good one. We don't know enough about this virus, so let's go with the one we know the best. Something like medical grade is often 70% alcohol. In fact, for most kind of disinfecting, they suggest somewhere between 60 and 80. Okay, now that's a bit harsh. What's the rest of the stuff? Usually some sort of moisturizing ingredient, just to make it a little less harsh on your hands. But when you're up at 80%, that's a lot of alcohol, but clean your hands, and then if you have to, cream them afterwards. So some of the gels have more moisturizing stuff in it, and the alcohol percentage may be lower. And the only way to tell that is kind of what's the first and second ingredient. Really, you want to have the first ingredient as alcohol. Okay, and so what I'm going to show you, and by the way, this is from the dollar store, and the first ingredient is alcohol here. So it's actually not bad. The point is, though, you need to buy alcohol, and you need to buy one that's as close as you can get to 100. That means this bottle of 500 ml is almost 100% alcohol. It's 1% water and 99% alcohol, okay? It's almost not diluted, okay? Some alcohols are 70%, 65%, 62%. It may be 96. That's another common one. So just check that percentage. And for this recipe, I'm going to go right now on the 99% as if we had almost 100. And that 1% is not going to make a difference at all, okay? So not to worry. You can get isopropyl most of the time in your drugstore. You can get it at Shoppers. I get this one. I get actually 4 of these 500 mils for a pretty good price at Costco, right? I use it for other things as well. So this too is a great cleaner just on its own, like when you need to disinfect a surface. So picking one of those up in general is not a bad idea. And, it's great for other things in the house because it's also a solvent. So I just recommend to try and get something around the 99. I will talk about it at the end of this video for those that can't get 99 and give you a little bit of understanding how to work with that, okay? The second ingredient you need is aloe. Now, the easiest way to get aloe right now is in some form of gel. Okay, what I suggest is try to get something that's as pure as possible. This is 99% gel. It's actually organic. You can see it's $9.99, so it's a bit more expensive, but you can get one at the dollar store too. Doesn't really matter. It's going to be dissolved in alcohol. It's just to give it a bit more moisturizing quality to it. But I'd almost not worry about that now and just cream your hands afterwards. But the vast majority of this is aloe, and there are a few other ingredients in here, some preservative as well as a little vitamin E and a little bit of an emollient. Plus, there is the gelling agent, the thing that kind of makes it into a gel and to neutralize that gel. Now, this is actually not yellow because this is a plastic on top of it. This gel is, you'll see, actually white, so it's totally clear. And that's what we need. So try to get something as pure as possible. It doesn't have to be organic. I really wouldn't worry about it. And this one, I think it's called Lily of the Desert. So that's the brand that is here. Okay, so how do we do this? Pretty easy. So we're going to open up our gel, and we're going to get our alcohol that is almost 100%. You are going to need some sort of measuring cup. And you can actually do this in your kind of regular cooking, just clean them, okay? Don't have food debris in it or something like that. Give them a good clean, but alcohol is a disinfectant, so it's gonna clean it up anyways. Could even give it a wipe with some alcohol before you do it. And some sort of cup, okay, depending how much you want to make. So, you know, those two kinds of things is what you want. So I'm going to go based on a 75% alcohol recipe. So if we think about 100, whatever that 100 is, you know, 100%, so to speak, 100 grams, if you weigh it, or if 4 of these are 100, okay, we would go kind of by parts, so to speak. Then to have 75%, we need 3 of these. So if I'm doing, you know, 4 of these, I need 3 of these in order to make it 75% because it's 3/4, right? And then the remaining 25% is the gel, okay? I don't usually work with volume. I usually weigh, because then you could actually make it, you know, 65, but then you would want to measure 65 grams of the alcohol, you know, on your scale, and then measure and tether it and measure, you know, the remainder of the gel into the mixture. So that's how you could get a slightly different ratio of alcohol if it was, or 60%. Let's say you don't have a lot of alcohol, you only have enough to make, you know, a 60% version. I mean, that's possible. So what do we do? This is pretty easy. Okay, I'm actually going to make it. I'm not actually going to do 3 of these. I'm going to do 3 halves of these. So I'm going to fill it up full. Okay. And put it in here. So this is like 2 50s. And then I'm going to do 1 more 50, which will make it 3 parts. So that's quite a bit of alcohol. You can see that, right? 3 parts. And there's a few little things floating there because I already did one before, so that you'll be able to, I'm going to close. Alcohol evaporates really quickly, so close your lids. And now I'm going to, for 1/4 of it, right, the 25%, I'm actually going to, let's see, I'll move this out of the way. I mean, not that you really need to see me putting it in here, but let's see, I'm gonna, okay, put this, and because this is like 99% aloe, more or less, you know, I don't have a lot of other ingredients in there. You know, it's pretty close. Now, it does have the gelling agent, so it makes it all kind of clumpy. So close that up. Close that up. Here we go. And now we want to put it in. So, in fact, you can put a little bit of alcohol in here to scrape it out. There we go. Use some sort of spatula when you do it. Okay, there we go. So now, oh, this is so easy. Here's what I usually do. I just pour some of that in there. Mix it up. There we go. That's enough. I get the rest of it in there. Okay. So now we need to stir. Stir, 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 stir. You definitely want to get this gel to dissolve in here, and alcohol is a great solvent for lots of things. So now you are going to expect some precipitate, because that gelling agent and a few of those other things are not going to want to play well with the alcohol. So this will get clear, or more clear, much more clear, but we want to try and get as much of the aloe stirred in. So do this for maybe a minute or 2, and then you'll see that there will be some precipitate in there. If you feel like, let it settle for a bit, and if you feel you need to stir it again, do so, okay? Until, and I'll show you because I already made one, you get something like this, okay? So you can see I stirred this a few times, and so I'm pretty confident that the aloe has been dissolved, but you can see all that stuff in there, down there at the bottom. That is the precipitate, which is largely the carbomer, let's say the gelling agent that's in there, and a few other ingredients that aren't dissolving into this, but we don't care. Now, we could pour this whole thing into a bottle and that would be fine. But if you want it to maybe be a spray, now we don't want to breathe in alcohol too much. There's absolutely no doubt about it. But sometimes a spray, or at least a smaller spray bottle in certain situations, is useful, and or just have some sort of bottle. You can buy them at pretty well any drugstore, you know, one of the travel bottles that even has a disc flip lid on it. And I forgot to bring a little bottle here. So, in fact, I'm going to do that right now. Silly girl, I forgot my little bottle here, but now I have one. Okay. So what am I going to do I'm going to filter it. There you go. So clean some sort of funnel. Okay. Put a little piece of cheesecloth. By the way, what's cheesecloth? This is just regular cheesecloth that you can't read it because it's backwards. I'll see if I can change the video or not, but it's 100% cheesecloth. Something to filter it. And really, I just used one kind of layer. They're already doubled, and you can just put it in. So now, what do we do? All we do is carefully push it in. Pour it in. So notice when I'm pouring, I'm kind of keeping the bottom still because we want it to settle. We don't want that stuff to be in here. Can you see how clear that is now? So we're actually going to pour. Now I've got more than one bottle in here, and I'm going to have plenty of hand sanitizer for a while. Okay, and I'm wasting some, of course. I mean, this top part barely needs the filtering. It's just going to capture whatever it's going to capture. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to need another bottle for that. So you can have, let's just put it here. It's good to have something actually on your surface there. So now we have basically our alcohol. And as I said, you can use some sort of spray container, right there. And put that on there, and that gives you a really nice spray. Or most of those travel kits and whatnot also come with some sort of disc thing here, right? So if I put this, for example, on, in fact, this one fits here, okay, boom, it comes out more as a liquid, and then there we go. Okay. Oh, but it smells so beautiful. Ah, just like alcohol. So what else can we do? Here's one last little thing that you can do before I quit on this one, and that is get some tea tree oil. Any kind of essential oil, if you like peppermint and tea tree, a little bit of lemon if you'd like. Lavender is fine. There's a few essential oils that are actually very, very good for also disinfecting. Tea tree is actually one of them, but you really do need more tea tree in there. And as soon as we have so much alcohol, we actually don't need to do that. So this is really just for scent. And it smells pretty good. So, you know, if you don't like tea tree mixes well, though, with lemon. So, you know, I'm just putting a few drops in there. I would have normally put it in here, by the way. Put a little bit of lemon in there. And this one's actually open just a little bit. Okay, and by the way, this is going to dissolve, okay? It's going to dissolve real well. And you can see it's, well, no, you can't. But the point is, it actually floats a little bit until you mix it. So let's say I do that, put that in there. There we go. That's nice. So you can put a little bit in. So like I said, put in whatever you like. that smells good. I mean, there's a few things. There's orange essential oil is really nice too. Just use a little bit on it. By the way, you know, some of these lemon and orange essential oils are photosensitizing. Some of them are not, if they say, you know, 2-fold, 11-fold on there, but you don't always get that. But a few drops is not going to hurt anything to make it a little bit lemony. And like I say, I mean, you could put chamomile, lavender, or whatever else you want in there. Using the essential oils does give you a little bit of more extra protection as well. So that's it. You put your spray on there, put it in here, make more bottles up and label them. And you've got 75% alcohol-based hand sanitizer. I wouldn't bother using it really for sanitizing, you know, your countertops because, you know, you kind of got some of that aloe in there, so it's kind of dumb. I would just use your regular alcohol for that. You know, it's actually great on doorknobs and stuff like that. So that is how you do it. Now, I'll come back in a bit and talk a little bit about if you don't have your 75%. Okay, so good luck with that, and make a few bottles. Give some away to your family members just so that they have it. And the next time you know, are in a store, you're not going to worry so much, and you'll just pick up your hand sanitizer gel whenever you need to, because you're going to have plenty of this. So I know they are sometimes running out of alcohol as well, but there's no doubt they will stock alcohol sooner, I think. And again, I will talk a little bit about alcohol and some of the percentages and other options that you can use at the end. Okay, ciao.